Discussion 8 is about beats in the New York schools. The beat generation and its influence. The beat poetry evolved during the 1940s. Beat poetry included a group of writers interested in changing and defying conventional writing. The end of World War II left these poets questioning mainstream and politics and culture. The battle against social conformity and literary tradition was central to the work of the Beats. Drugs were used to achieve higher consciousness, and Buddhism was also very important to this generation. The Beat themes and characteristics: drug use, sexual freedom, and controversy. The poem I chose was Sunflower Sutra by Allen Ginsberg, and the word sutra also connects to Buddhism, which I mentioned before. The theme of this poem is beauty and self-destruction. The first quote I chose was, "Jack sat beside me on a busted rusty iron pole. Companion. We thought the same thoughts of the soul, bleak and blue and sad-eyed, surrounded by the gnarled steel roots of trees of machinery." This connects to the theme because in this poem the narrator and Jack are surrounded by a new industrial setting and see a dead sunflower. The sunflower represents the new and tarnished America. The second quote is, A perfect beauty of a sunflower, a perfect, excellent, lovely sunflower existence. A sweet natural eye to the new hip moon woke up alive and excited, gasping in the sunset shadow, sunrise golden monthly breeze. This quote connects to the poem because it demonstrates the theme that the narrator is saying that he knows the sunflower once had beauty. Since the sunflower represents America, it is saying that America was once beautiful. So, move on to the New York School of Poetry. This is a group of experimental painters and writers who lived and worked in Manhattan. So it's basically a school for art and poetry, and there were two generations to this group. The New York School influences was pop art or pop culture, data and surrealist poetry, abstract and informal writing, and then abstract art. I chose The Day Lady Died by Frank O'Hara. The theme of this poem is society and class. For the first quote, I put, "It is 12:20 in New York, a Friday, 3 days after Bastille Day." These lines mention Bastille Day, which is a date from the French Revolution. And since the narrator is talking about this day, it shows that he's intelligent, and it's connecting to show his class. The second one is, "Because I will get off the 419 in East Hampton at 7:15 and then go straight to dinner, and I don't know the people who will feed me." Though the narrator does not live in Hampton, he is invited to come stay and dine there. This also shows his social class. For my compare and contrast, I put the Beat generation in the poem that I chose from Distring. These poems connect to a bigger audience, and they covered themes such as nature, drugs, sexuality, and many more. Nature could fall under the poem that I mentioned. With New York School and O'Hara, these poets were influenced by past poets and artists. They also expressed their thoughts in arts and movement. An example of them being influenced by past people was when O'Hara mentioned the Bastille Day from the French Revolution. And in comparison, both groups focused on social and political issues during their time. And my reflection question is, after research, what do you believe was most influential to the American government during this time period? The Beat generation or New York schools?